welcome to TMA Live on a Tuesday in association with WD18 The Watford Fans channel. Like, share and subscribe. I'm the young man, don't put the free kick wall, Daniel G. Joined here by Pidge and Sir Duncan. Oh God, we're calling you a Sir. Right, we're other topics, but of course we'll get on to the main one with Burnley coming up. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I did say draw, but I'm sort of going different directions.
No,
Camera angle. Go on, carry on.
Go on then, Duncan. Go on.
What's up, Dyche?
Go on, carry
Guys,
on.
getting your results as well, what you lot think it is as well.
So, I'm not going to go for a pitch prediction. I'm going to go for a draw here.
Oh, you rascal.
I'm going to go for a score draw 1-1.
I do actually think we'll win 2-1.
Not the pitch prediction.
So we've got the 1-1 pitch prediction.
1-1. I said that on
1-1.
Sunday, yeah.
So the thing is, both sides do have goals in them now. Compared to Burnley before Christmas, they, as you know, they were like sort of top 8, top 6. But between then and now, they've been very average, below average run of form, which have brought them back down.
If they won the last 3, ain't they?
Yeah, thereabouts. Typically, which does ruin my argument a little bit there, but.
It was an argument, but just recently they have picked up form. Yeah, just recently.
But they went through their slump, and now they're pretty much cementing their place at bloody was it 7th now, isn't it?
Yeah, like high mid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, you're right. They are pretty much. They're pretty much. It is a battle between 7th and downwards.
Yeah,
and Duxbury said that we are there to be the best of the rest. Pretty much.
That's what he can do, because when he got Man United spending 250, Man City spending however much they spend, it's ridiculous financially.
Yeah.
Yes, the Premier League cash injection does actually help even up some costs to a degree, but it just may also inevitably make the rich clubs richer as well.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
I just think they're better organised than us in some ways. Defensively, I think they're going to be tougher to break down.
They're
not better, not better players, but I think defensively they're a lot more better than us. Yeah.
Yeah,
there is no question on that. No question.
Mr. Dyche, I hope he gets a warm welcome. I dare say he will from our Watford fans.
I think he will.
It's giving them a bad reception.
No, not really. No, he shouldn't get a bad reception from our lot. Definitely not. Who do you think's going to really hurt us? Oh, I'd say Chris Wood will be the main one.
Yeah,
Chris Woods. Yeah. Really,
he actually meant to step up. He's really meant to step up from the Championship.
He has actually surprised me. He's big and strong and
I thought he was a complete write-off. I thought it was just because they got the money from Gray sort of idea. That was about it. They've actually really stepped up. Yeah,
they needed to. They needed to buy someone, and I think Gray's probably the best. Yeah, best of the rest, Burnley, Leicester, and Everton. No reason we can't be one of those. Well, exactly. Look how much money.
I wouldn't put Everton in that list, given the way they've been this season.
No, the money they've spent, you would.
Yeah.
Certainly, they should be 7th. Minimum.
All right, I agree with
minimum
that.
7th. They've spent well over 100 million on players, but they spent too many on one position. That's why.
How many number 10s do you need?
They need over 10.
Well, they can give us David Klassen. I don't mind.
That's it. You've got Klassen, Rooney in theory, so he's dropped back a little bit.
It's a Gerson. If he don't find place, we'll have him on loan.
Yeah, they won't sell him off. Definitely.
No, on loan.
I doubt. Oh yeah. God, yeah.
If he don't get the side, he'll go out on loan. It's like David Klassen costs like 30 odd million.
I reckon you got a chance of getting Klassen because even Allardyce said it.
I don't see Sigurdsson going anywhere, loan or otherwise.
If he don't play, I can see him. If he does play, then obviously. He obviously won't be playing. It's like McCarthy. They were linking in here, there, and everywhere, and he was playing all through most of the season under Koeman. But he was being linked
that
everywhere.
Is true.
I would have loved McCarthy. I still have him now.
Yeah,
I still have him now. You know, as a backup, he'd be quality. He wins the ball. We could get rid of if Decore goes. I don't want him to go. If Decore goes,
I'd take Lemina. If Decore went, take Lemina.
Yeah, but if we can't get him, then get McCarthy. Because what is he? 26, 27.
Yeah, still.
And Cleverley was in the doldrums at Everton. No one saw a future for him, and he came back to us and look at what quality he's been.
I like Klassen.
Start deeming Gray against Burnley. That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, 4-4-2. Yeah, I'd go for that.
Home advantage. I was hoping. We said this. I was hoping that Gray would be up for it away against.
Yeah, they didn't play.
Did they? You know, that's the other thing.
All they do Silverton. Oh, this is your return game against a team that sold you. You're on the bench.
I don't know. Has Gray run out of his chances? I don't know. I've lost. I know the way I think of it.
I don't see Gray. I don't see Gray playing, given recent choices.
Yeah.
I see it again. If I see Garcia lining up, he's done before, having one up front, like sort of 4-2-3-1 idea.
Yeah.
4-4-3.
Yeah, he does like playing that. They actually do play a bit of football now.
Yeah.
To be fair, don't they?
Yeah, they can. If you actually watch them play, they're not just route one-ing it. They actually, it's a bit like Taylor. They do direct, but they do actually play football as well.
Yeah, well, they've mixed it from the last few seasons where they just want to be hard to beat. Now they're actually. I mean, you watch them get the teams they're playing
that's
away.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're actually playing football away.
I'm saying they're doing what Graham Taylor did a bit, which is actually direct, but it's with purpose, and they've actually got an idea of how they want to play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they say, oh, Bassett plays the same way as Taylor. No, he didn't. We played with a bit more finesse. We played a lot of long balls. We played a bit more finesse. Bassett just played long ball.
Mm.
But he only did that because if you watch it, well, they played football, and then he said when they're in the 4th division, right, we're going long, and the players apparently hated it. We saw that documentary at Wimbledon, but they won promotion, God knows how many seasons. So they said, look, we hated it like mad, but we kept on winning.
So you can't argue it.
You can't really argue, you know.
There's your results.
Yeah. He's going to rest with Charleston for this one again. I don't think it'd do him any harm to give him another game more.
He didn't play too badly without him last time.
No, that's what I mean.
No, I don't see him a reason to start him. I don't see a reason to start him.
Yeah.
That'd be good to give him another rest.
Stuart. Yeah, Bassett, Vialli, useless twats. Yeah, definitely.
Especially Vialli. I hate Vialli more.
I go with Vialli. Mainly because he's one actually you remember.
The killed us.
Yeah, but the only thing that puts Vialli ahead, of Bassett was the fact that he tried to sue us.
Yeah.
Vialli and Bassett did exactly the same, where they got rid of all of Taylor's players and just brought in journeyman, or just crap. Apart from Glyn Hodges, I'll give Bassett. Glyn Hodges is a good player.
Yeah.
Let him off with that one, but that's pretty much it. Don't mention the B word. Sorry, Watford Steve.
V word more like. That's more
V and B.
Yeah, well, V and B. V more.
Like I say, V's the only one because he trying to sue the club. They both did exactly the same as each other. He just tried to sue. Bassett didn't. Yeah. That's the only difference between the two of them.
Yeah, he kept thinking he was at Chelsea and bringing big players to Watford.
The only really ones that ever think was Stephen Glass, who had a decent, he wasn't bad with us, and Filippo Garley.
That was
the centre experienced centre back.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad little player actually. Well, was he? He was pretty good.
But we were on. But
we make him captain.
Yeah, I think a lot of I think it is in the only thing in Vialli's defence. Not the
ITV deal went down as well.
Not the IT. It's because the ITV deal we were paying out massive money on wages.
We assumed would be coming from the ITV.
It was 5.5. Well, it was coming until they went bust and in no sustainment. But there's 5.5 million being spent on wages then.
Yeah.
A year. Yeah. In those days, that was massive for Watford. For a club like Watford. I mean, now
it was massive for any club outside of.
Yeah. Well, look, us and City were apparently the big spenders in that division at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, City is. I don't know.
Bloody hell.
Long time.
Feels like a different age, doesn't it?
Yeah, Bassett destroyed the team. Vialli nearly destroyed the club.
Yeah, well, that's a fair enough.
I like that summary.
Because he sued him. Because he had to sue him.
I like that summary.
Well, he claimed the following season he was going to get promoted. Yeah, good one. Mid-table with...
Instead of best players and not replace them. Yeah, great one, Vialli. Very good manager, right?
Pierre Issa, that pretty much sums it up. Pierre Issa and Ramon Vega.
The stretcher.
Never V word. I didn't want to hear Vega on the word.
That is one of the highlights of the season.
The stretcher. Pony Vega was. He was terrible. Oh, well, I had moves at the back than him, I'm telling you.
Actually, when I was at Tales from the Vicarage, Alec Chambers asked about that era.
Yeah.
And
did he forget?
He actually brought up Vega as one of the worst characters at the squad at the time.
Yeah. He got more money than Beckham at one stage. Before Beckham signed his deal. Honestly, Elton John even said that. He was actually on, including bonuses and wages, he was on more than before Beckham signed his new deal.
I'm saying Chambers actually called him out, basically one of the worst influences in the squad at the time. Vega just turned up, didn't interact with the squad at all. Turned up, did basically his own thing, and went home.
Yeah. Right, how do we beat Burnley anyway? We'll get back to Burnley. How do we beat them? Don't say by scoring. How else do we beat them?
Do you fight fire with fire?
I'd play two up front. I really would go for two up front now because, we've got 1 point out of
Carter or Deanie Gray or even
Deanie Gray. did he great? Because Akaka didn't really influence much when he came on.
No, but then last few games before that he had done.
Oh yeah, but that game, based on you're only as good as your last game, they say, don't they? And I'd give Gray a go now because he must be chomping at the bit. And
in which case, Hollebass should be dropped up from the squad entirely.
They put Ziegler in there.
Yeah, he must be aching. Yeah, after that,
Ziegler's on the bench.
I'd actually
give him a go.
The thing I would actually give Ziegler, I would actually give him a go because last time that happened, he had a good run of 2-3 games.
Yeah.
After he left out for a while.
I think Holbass, I just recently saw Holbass is stupid. Bloody decision. I think he deserves to get dropped.
Nick's got a point that if it wasn't for Silva, as much as we hate Silva, if it wasn't for the start, we would be even more shy.
That's true.
Yeah,
you can't deny that, can we?
No, nobody's ever.
But there's a flip side as well. If it wasn't for what transpired 9 games in, and he wanted to leave 9 games
still
in,
be here now.
We wouldn't be in that position
we are
because he put us in.
We're patient with coaches. We are actually quite patient in terms of. You saw Mazzari last season.
We could have sacked him months ago before.
I'd say we're actually quite patient with him, waiting for it to try and turn around, but it never did.
No.
We don't get rid of them on a whim. We do try and give them time where we can. It's just purely sometimes we need to act, and we act quick, and we don't piss around with it. You saw with Southampton, who was it? It's not Puel, it's Pellegrino, wasn't it?
No, Puel. Southampton Puel. He got semi-final in 8th place, and they sacked him.
No, I'm thinking of the one that hired this season was then sacked.
Pellegrino.
Because they were saying about, it was Pellegrino. They were saying he should have been sacked 3-4 months ago rather than... Which is what we could have done.
They brought him in to play more expansive football than
exactly.
Puel, and it got worse.
Yeah, it did.
So they actually said it actually got worse.
I'm saying the fans were saying that he should have gone about when we got rid of Silva rather than wait through for months. Whereas Pozzos are decisive. When they say it's not working, they change, whereas they don't want to risk it.
That's the reason we have been relegated.
Whereas
that's the reason, isn't it?
Stuart's saying Dyche is doing a great job at Burnley. Posers are kicking themselves, getting rid of him. Look at how many managers we have gone through. He's established Burnley. The thing is, though, as well,
he would never have gone.
He would never have stayed. He didn't want to stay. There was 2 conflicting views here because there was one that they wanted to get their own man in and stand their idea of how they want to play football, which in terms of, in short term it did work under Solon, very nearly got us to the Premier League. Although we once again we did the last 2 Wembleys, we bottled it.
Don't remind me.
Both of them. But the other one is Dyche, like you said, would never have conformed to the system.
Dyche is your very traditional Graham Taylor type top-down manager.
He's a manager.
He looks from the first team to the coach to the youth. Yeah. He's involved in every aspect of that club. And whereas Pozzo's, and that requires quite a hands-off manager in that sense, who will back him, but doesn't interfere.
No.
Whereas Pozzo's are very hands-on. You see reports that the Pozzo's are, like Gino's there daily, and he actually has very regular reports, actually see what's happening in training. You see he's very hands-on, he's very, very aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
That's partly why he acted so quickly with Silva when he needed to, I think. But also shows why Dyche would never work here, because it's conflicting. It would never work from the get-go, because that's a different style of manager.
Yeah.
That's why you have distinction between head coach, first-team head coach, and manager, generally speaking.
You're true.
He won't be Burnley. Well, not for us.
He's
been saying miles bigger and better than us.
I don't really see Dyche leading Burnley for a hell of a long time, if honestly at all.
I do think we wouldn't have had all this uproar if Everton were like about 9th, and then if they got rid of Koeman because they were playing badly, say they never got rid of him in 9th. If they got rid of him then, I think Dyche would have gone. It's because they were struggling. He was looking at it and thinking, hang on a moment, my Burnley are playing good football. I've taken this long to establish them.
I think he might have gone at the end of the season, but I don't think he would have abandoned midway.
There'd be more chance of him going if they were in the top 10.
That's true of any manager.
Because you look, like I say, he would have looked at the situation and said, they're struggling for goals. They're conceding shed loads here. I've got a team that I've taken about 5 years to establish in the Premier League now. We're playing good football, winning away, we're scoring goals, we've got England internationals. Why would I want to move?
That sounds ridiculous. You're saying this is the first team he's had since he's owned pretty much been at any club where he said, this is my team. Yeah. This is my identity, my club. That's what he basically said in Tales from the Vic when he was there.
Yeah.
So I don't, again, even if they were 9th, 8th, even 7th or 6th, if they were, wouldn't see him leaving. He had to consider end of the season maybe. They wouldn't jump ship mid-season.
I think the only you look at the ones that are unfairly sacked with run of the ball. Our model under Silver transcending from Walter's way of playing to Silver's. For most part, it worked and really well. You look at De Boer, you look at Allardyce and De Boer. Allardyce's way is very containment, very stop the team, then sort counter attack. Yeah. Then you went for De Boer's way, how we played at
expensive, yeah.
Where he said, but it was containment football with an attacking edge to it, and they tried to play a different way under De Boer, and it didn't work. With Silver's way, for the most part, before he had his head turned, it worked absolutely fine, and we were a very, very good football. And all the players,
can't forget that,
including Merson, had us to finish it very comfortable. And a lot of people at one stage, when we beat Arsenal, were touting us as one of the teams. Sunday Supplement were doing it. The Sunday after we beat Arsenal, we're actually saying, "Oh, this is the team to break in the top 4 or the top 6."
Well, that was preemptive as hell.
Yeah, but at that time,
when we're
I know what you're trying to say there, but there are some things you have to.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably ask you now: is Burnley the team? Because at the moment, Burnley are the front runners to break into that magical top 6.
Yeah,
you've got the old adage though: form is temporary, class is permanent. Though. That's the thing. As we saw, form was temporary for us. We were at some point the on-fire team under Silver. Yeah. Then, for reason transpired, that form nosedived, and we never truly recovered from it until, I'd say...
I think a lot of it was due to the fact that we had our back line was getting injured so many times, and eventually luck will run out. And we just had to change it. And underwater, it went bad quicker because we had to chop and change all the time.
Had a terrible luck, didn't he?
Well, Larry didn't help himself. Do you remember Barami against Stoke away? And you saw Barami was not fit to play.
Yeah.
And Mazzari just pushed him, he just snapped. Not like you saw, we never saw Barami again pretty much for the rest of the season.
He was a hard worker, Barami. He did have to go, but he put in some guts.
No, but I'm saying Mazzari didn't help himself because Barami...
No, we're not knocking Barami.
Because of our injuries, Barami was not fit to play, and he damn well tried it, but Hunnis that game.
But look at Everton home game when he was throwing up at half-time, and he ended up still playing when he had the flu. He still played.
Was it someone that threw up like in the half-time, wasn't it?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was Barami.
It was Barami, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's Barami.
Shows his commitment.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Mazzari didn't help himself. He kept playing players that weren't fully fit, rushed back.
Yeah.
They do themselves well, and we've only started recovering properly this season from it.
Yeah, we have.
It's been a long term.
Hopefully these good doctors now seem to be doing all right, don't they? They've got in, so...
Dr. Doolittle.
Well, they seem to be doing all right at the moment. It seems better, yeah. It seems
right, Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. do a lot. Yeah, he has got a lot to do, hasn't he? Christ.
Yeah, well, apparently against Burnley, we've won 12, drawn 9, and lost 18.
The thing is, they've been quite even games. You find we generally win one, lose one against. We beat them 2-1 last season.
Yeah, well,
after losing 3-0 before, I think.
Our last eight, we've drawn 5. Oh no, we've drawn 4. Last 7. We've drawn 4, lost 2, and won 1.
Ouch.
Against Burnley. But the first game was in 1971. We won 2-1.
Pidge prediction. He went even alive then.
Even before, 10 years before I was born. Just the Pidge predictions were coming. There was a lot of Pidge predictions going on with Burnley. It was a lot of 2-1s here. So
went to the betting shop.
And last year it was 2-1.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying.
We went to that as well.
Last season we lost 3-0 to them. Then we beat them 2-1. This year we lost. Was it 2-1?
So we lost 2-0 last year away. It was on Sky.
What was it? We lost 3-0 to
terrible game. Oh, Jesus.
We lost 3-0 to them at one point last year.
27th of January 2009.
That's what I'm thinking of.
It's not because he's looking at that.
No, not because I'm looking at this.
Remember,
You've got the stats here. I've just got the shoulder stats. It's
shoulder stats.
It's off my shoulder, mate. Now, like I said, I think likes of Robbie Brady and
Brady. I forgot about him. Yeah, he's a good player.
And Paul Tierney's going to be refereeing the clash as well.
What's his record like?
He's a ref.
He's a ref. That's all I can say.
Useless.
Thing is that I agree with Alan that from the thing, and we said this as well, that we can't keep blaming the refs for our poor defending.
No,
it was not a free kick.
But we should never have got as far.
We should organise and say, right, someone should have shouted there, right, shut up, guys.
And it wasn't a quick free kick. It wasn't like one that catches you out. Like who was that? Got it against? It was the England game, wasn't it? Where you saw a quick free kick and then catch them out. England, Italy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. We had time to set up for it. It wasn't quick thinking where you congratulate the other team to a degree.
Yeah.
It was one where you think, well, that time to set up. It's a long ball. You know it's going to happen. Why didn't you deal with it?
Right.
No, that's right.
Boys, Paul Tierney, the referee for this for Saturday afternoon. How many people has he sent off this season? And give me a clue on how many yellow cards you reckon he's given out as well this season out of 27 games. How many do you reckon he's sent off? And don't look on your phone, Duncan, either.
14.
I'll tell you.
Sending off.
I'll tell you after you've had your guesses.
No. You tell us one. Tell us.
Don't go outrageous for me.
Don't look at your phone either.
So I'm guessing now.
Oh, put the phone down.
I said 14.
I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, put the phone down then.
Right, I'm going to go for.
Outrageous.
Nah, I'm going to go for 6 players sent off.
Yeah, put it on chat. Put it on chat and see if we can get to.
That's what I'm doing now. Don't worry. Right, let's see what the Watford Observer says. So you went for 14, I went for 6. Pidge, what did you go for?
I know the answer, so I'm not even thinking about it because that's what I'm asking you.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. Right.
And remember the one thing we have got for us is we're still unbeaten under Gracia.
Yeah, at home, yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
At home.
I was there for Southampton away, don't remind me.
No, but at home.
At home.
I know.
Record, yeah, he's getting
we are
steady
unbeaten.
and he made it a fortress at the Vic, isn't he?
At the moment, it's certainly.
Which is good. I'd like to see a away result, though, even a draw. I don't want to go through this season.
Well, what's the formula? What's the formula of any team that is set to struggle or get promoted? What is the formula for staying up?
Stay compact.
Get the home fortress. Yeah, get the home.
And then away will take care of itself.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah. But
that's what Gracia's looking at.
You know, he's got a few more. I'd like to see a point at least away, even
Yeah, but what I mean is the formula that you follow is always win your home games first and get the odd point and win away.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know most of the ones you're probably going to lose away.
That's what Huddersfield done this season, isn't it?
All promoted teams look for that.
Brighton, Brighton I think done that. Huddersfield have done that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think
we have been in the Premier League now for our 3rd season. So
I
know it's a new manager, and you're right. You got to get the home fortress, but it'd be nice to get.
What's interesting is that you're seeing a lot of these sort of longer-term teams now through the Prem, such as West Brom, as it was, as Sunderland, Aston Villa. You saw that all the long-term teams are actually spending a lot to keep up now. Now they're failing. Yeah,
but look how they're setting out though. You know, they went with Pulis, who's famous for keeping teams up and not playing great football. They went after.
They had him for like 2-3 seasons.
Villa didn't have much money, to be fair. To be honest, West Brom didn't spend much.
No, QPR spent an absolute ton when they went out
on wages
and the rest. Yeah,
they didn't really spend much on transfer fees. It was wages. A lot of these players were free transfers. You know, Juice Park and Basingwa and stuff like that were all free transfers.
Well, yeah, those names ring a bell.
Yeah, they're all.
Jason Park was all right player.
Yeah. Well, I remember Samba Diakite and his debut for us. Was it debut? He's got a red card.
I think the only one who was actually any good for them was Jamie Mackie.
Yeah, he went back.
Tarak, I said all through the championship season, he's going to be crap in the Premier League. Everyone was going, "Oh no, he's brilliant, he's awesome." How the hell did he get a loan move to Milan? I really don't know. Seriously, there was a reason why Tottenham got rid of him after they said he was the next brightest brightest young talent. There's a reason behind that.
Same with Barini, didn't you? He went to Milan, wasn't it? He said the same with.
How the hell did Fabio Barini get a transfer there? The guy scored 7 league goals in 3 years.
It's prolific, very prolific.
Prolific for Sunderland. But it makes you wonder that Barini scores 7 league goals for them and gets a move to Milan. Jermaine Defoe scores, was it 30 up plus in 2 seasons almost?
Yeah,
and then he goes to Bournemouth.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? I don't know.
Who deserves the big move? I know he's obviously circumstances and stuff, but I mean the justice in that. I don't think he's necessarily angling for AC Milan, but the irony in it.
Yeah, I know.
He scores 7 goals and you get a move to
Milan.
what
you're saying. Doesn't add up.
They're really desperate there. Right, guys, just a reminder, Sunday, We've got the young man and Deano, and also we've got Super Darren Grimley on the sofa. Super Darren Grimley, yes, he's got his shirt on.
I won't be wearing it then, Darren.
He loves it. Yeah, ask Alan. Can you ask why they're not one of them at the biggest competition in the world? What's this? Yeah, that's a good point actually, because Watford Woody said about this, that going on about the refs, there's no English ref in the World Cup.
I'm not surprised.
Just proves how shocking our refs are now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Before you had Paul Durkin, you had Graham Pole, you had a few others that were really. I mean, Pole really shot his career down when he did 3 yellow cards in the Croatia match.
But I always say the linos are there to help him with the fourth official. Yeah. Can easily get in. I don't know what they're wearing.
Unless you told them, we don't know what was saying behind it. You might have told them, "No, I've got this."
All I remember, the only thing I can think of recently was when you had that. Was it Liverpool Spurs? Like different, or was it another game where it was a very, very contentious penalty?
Yeah.
And they're discussing it, and the referee just gone to the line, and he basically asked, "Did you see it? No. Did you see it either? No." And they just faffed that. You heard it on like the live mic that you shouldn't really hear.
Yeah.
And you're saying, "I'm going to give it." Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going to give it. That's how they made a game-changing decision.
Yeah.
They don't help themselves.
Yeah, no,
if he said, I can't give it, so I'm not 100% sure, that would be a lot more understandable than if he said, I'm not sure, I'm going to give it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true.
They don't help themselves.
No, they never have.
I'm trying to
respect the ref, and they keep doing stupid bloody mistakes.
Can someone go and Google that and see who it was? That definitely happened.
Yes.
And put it into the chat, please.
And also, we've got a legend coming up, possibly on Sunday. I'm just 100% confirming this, but we have got an ex-Watford player on Sunday, and possibly one the following Sunday, and one that's been passed over my details to him. He's doing some radio work, and he will be here before the end of the season. He's just fitting in his schedule. Trust me, guys, it is big. But the other two are quite big now, are quite big legends, but this guy tops them all. And this is including Jono, and even Jono would probably admit this. And Jono's one of our biggest ever, probably our biggest, alongside the Peter Kennedy and David Holdsworth, the legends we've had so far. But this guy tops them all. Honestly, all will be revealed in a few weeks' time.
So
look forward to.
So wait, you know you want to.
Yes.
Exactly. Right. Right. Yeah.
Right. Cup Carp coming back.
Hooray!
Yes, in a long time coming. How did he play anyway when he was playing?
Rusty. He didn't do badly, just a little bit rusty. Remember there was it was the second half, he just come on, one of the first touches in, and remember it was like a 50-50 ball that ricocheted off him.
Yeah.
But he actually looked round for the ball, had to be cleared by the covering defender behind him.
Yeah.
Something that you could see, he was just rusty, he wasn't quite up to speed yet.
Yeah.
But he didn't do badly, just needs more game time. Like Pereira needed, right? And he's starting to get into it now.
Watford Steve's trying to throw us hints of people. I'm not telling you. Stop, you young man. He's a young man, but so are you.
No, he's a naughty. He's a naughty boy.
Naughty, yeah.
I'll tell you this once, I'll tell you again, you're grounded.
Yes.
He goes, I know.
I don't.
Yeah, there you go. No, Kafka. The thing is that I'm so glad Cathcart's back.
I think he's our best defender. I think he's best overall defender in terms of like our combination of speed.
He's the sort of player that I want us to sign. A player like Cathcart.
Yeah. I'd say overall, I think he's our best overall defender. He's best at being a combination of speed, defending, and passing as an overall package.
Yeah.
Prodal was probably our best overall defender, but he's slow and can't pass that well. Yeah. For example, Cabaset's the quickest, and I wouldn't call him the weakest defender, but he's not someone you think is our strongest defender, and his passing is.
Well, Cabal's fit, he's a strong defender.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Cabal, if he's
solid.
Cabal, when he was fit, would have been our best overall defender, but I'm not including him now because we haven't seen him.
Yeah, but look at.
Are you sure he exists?
Yeah, but look at our plethora of even Waga at one stage.
Waga's not registered. He's not registered.
Waggy, when he actually was playing, he looked decent. The first couple
of games. I agree. But it combined with Cabasele, we had a lot of actual pace and strength in that back line.
Yeah.
which helps us against.
Graham's shouted out as well. All I can say is I spoke of the Cali, but it's not Cali.
Stop it, people.
No, I will tell you.
2 weeks.
Nigel Callahan may be turning up, but I will. That is not the one. But I'm not telling you any more now.
You're grounded as well.
Yeah.
Self-grounding.
Is he on the radio? I'm not.
Hacking in.
All I can say, he used to play for Watford. That's a clue. That is a clue. He used to play for Watford. A Sunday's guest used to play for Watford as well. That is pretty much it. I'm going to give it the game away now. He used to play for Watford.
Cool. Jeez.
Between the 60s and 2000s.
That only narrows it down to about what? How many players? 300-400?
Yeah.
Not many.
I've got a few in me who's who illustrational book there. So
write down a list. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, but guys, just remember, like Dyche said, we're in association with WD18 the Watford Fans channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Go on there. All the post-match, pre-match, and club news by Jacob and the boys. If you want to have an interview with the boys, get your view across with WD18. Go and see them after the game, just outside the club shop. Probably about 5 minutes after, isn't it? About 5 minutes after, they all start setting up. So if you want to get on to WD18 and get your voice heard, go and see those boys. Paul Muzzy on Facebook. Remember all these fantastic vlogs, not just Watford. He does international football now. He does ladies football, non-league. Like, share, and subscribe with Paul Muzzy. He's on Facebook as well, but the main channel is obviously his Facebook one, his YouTube, sorry. Just remember R1, like, share, and subscribe to our official YouTube channel. We have got a few things being developed alongside a ladies reporting that is coming up very shortly. We will be having a designated ladies section on our YouTube channel exclusively, so like, share, and subscribe to get all the content there. We'll try and post up a few things. Remember the Ashby St Eve boys. We've got the Deano and the Gomez. I've got my Rambo T-shirt. If you want to get your superhero Watford T-shirts modelled by these sexy assistants here, go to Ashby St Eve on Google. Click, and it's got all the superhero Watford T-shirts. It's got other clubs as well, and it's got souvenirs and gifts. If you've got any ideas, go to Jim Cook and Lord Soren and give him your ideas. I've thrown a couple over to him as well, so hopefully, fingers crossed. I've got one of mine coming over, and it's David Holdsworth. But that's just a clue. David Holdsworth. Get David Holdsworth, superhero.
That's a big clue.
Tell you what, check out the artwork that Jim's Cook's actually put up. And Alec Chamberlain one, he's put the Hyder Helgeson one. They're absolutely brilliant. And he's looking at doing Ashby St Eve one. So big shout out for the logos, mate. Also, remember, Happy Hornet, Watford Steve. A few of the boys have already bought their stuff in there. Quick, fast delivery. See Watford Steve, message him, or go to Happy Hornet on Facebook. He's got all the links, loads of discounts already. So check out his line of goods. And also, geez, I'm working on. I'm not posting the T-shirt. I'm working on now. Great. Right, can we just say we're growing with the mugs? We haven't got all the mugs, but I've got one here. We will post up the graphic for it as well. $7.99 via Graham Laycock for the epilepsy charity. It's the day I stop loving Watford will be the day I stop breathing. So we posted this many times, but $7.99. It all goes to epilepsy charity. If you go to Lord Soren's sweet shop in Unit 5 in the Watford Market, he does these for £10, but £5 goes to charity. So if you want a sweet filled mug as well, go to Lord Soren's Sweets for Us. Sweets for Us, isn't it? Sweets for Us. I said Sweets for All. Yeah, Sweets for All. Unit 5 in Watford Market. See him as well.
Be there
or be square. Be square.
You didn't bring any sweets.
These are going to be for.
Right, I want to talk about this Hernandez kid again because he's looking very impressive and he knows what a goal is. At 16, he hit 21 goals in 33 games, and this season at 18 years old, he's got 11 in 23. To me, that tells me this boy knows where the goal is and when the hell we.
I think I've said last
Barcelona
they put 25 million
euro. Yeah, I would really like to see this.
Dutchby said we're not going to sell.
Yeah,
he's already said we're not selling.
Well, I want to see him.
The same way with Peñaranda as well at the time.
I'd love to see him.
Peñaranda's coming in summer.
He averaging a goal every other game on these stats, aren't they? 21, 33, and 11 and 23. I'd really like to see him because he sounds bloody exciting and what we need in this squad. Gray will definitely be out. Gray will be.
He's been a revelation for Barcelona B. I know Barcelona B. He's played against Barcelona B.
Yeah,
Who's he actually playing for at the moment?
I forgot
It's not
But that's where they noticed him.
Yeah.
When he played an absolute outstanding game.
I really want to see him because he sounds.
If you watch him play, I think honestly he could get goals in the Prem easily enough. If you watch him play, he's honestly.
Oh, is it? You said you watch highlights of him play?
I try and watch as I can, like actual games of him, and his movement, his timing, his football range is far beyond his years.
He's only about 20.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
18, got it? This season, 18 years old.
His football
got 11
brain is
23.
beyond his years if you watch him play.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's a Premier League player's sort of dream build. He's strong, quick, technically sound, has a footballing brain, so he knows actually time his runs. Doesn't do an Andre Gray.
Yeah.
Well, since 16, what's he got?
Or
He's got 33 goals already from 16 to 18. He's got 33 goals.
Yeah.
That's in 56 games. That's pretty good.
I'm saying that's my point, though. He's got one hell of a future ahead of him. Honestly.
Yeah.
He could be.
It sounds like the sort of thing we need, a bit more youngsters, isn't it?
Again, we've tried that with success. Peñaranda, Hughes, Chalobah. Our recruitment last year was aimed very much, and I think we'll see more of in the future as well, aimed at what you saw at Udinese, a younger type of profile now. We got these sort of older pros who either fitted the club or fitted areas we needed to address immediate term. Yeah. Whereas now we're looking at the more expensive calibre, but better, younger players, yeah.
But you keep going on about this goalkeeper. It's supposed to be the
Dalberg.
He's young.
Dalberg is quality.
Yeah, he's young.
Oh, nice tidbit on Dalberg, by the way. There was a newspaper clipping I saw of him, believe it or not, and it actually said it involves an ex-Watford player in the Swedish league. They was talking about him being very commanding, very vocal, all the things you expect of a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And he had apparently a massive row with some of the opposition player. There was none other than Rineggi, if you remember him. Yeah. Matthias Rineggi from 2013-14.
No, I honestly can't remember him. I
think he got like 5 goals in 10 games.
I honestly can't remember him.
Something like that. He had a massive argument with him apparently. He's 6'4". Dalberg does not take any.
That's good. I like that. I hope he brings it in. I'd like to see him against Deano.
We might have a training ground left at the end of it.
I like that though from a young keeper. I like to see keepers.
And so it's not. It's a bit like Pickford. In fact, maybe more than Pickford. He's not a pushover. He's not afraid to tell his teammates. And give him a kick up the arse.
We need to see him in gold. I think, and another year, and we'll see him. I think it'll be another year.
Yeah.
No, the goalkeeper will have.
Oh, you're talking about Hernandez.
Hernandez will see in another year.
Hernandez, I don't think he'll have to work for at least a few years. Unless he gets international call-ups. Yeah. It's going to be a pain to get.
The more goals he keeps getting, the more money that price goes up, don't it?
Yeah,
if he keeps banging a bit.
Yeah, I'm saying, if the way he's going, you could probably get to a point where he's an exceptional talent sort of idea. But he thought that Peñaranda at times as well. That didn't work out.
No.
So you'd have to hope for really international call-ups or that sort of idea to really get him a proper work permit chance.
Yeah.
Oh, like they just said, it probably will be another year.
Because Dalberg is in the EU as it stands. Yeah. He's already got the work permit sorted automatically.
Yeah.
So he's not a question. And I
think
he's
got a Spanish passport, and so we're almost nailed in that he's going to be in. They've already confirmed he's coming. So.
No, but Peñaranda's got that because he's been there 2 years continuous.
Excited to see.
Yeah.
And Dalberg, because he's already in the EU, that's sorted.
He's Swedish already, so he's.
That's my point. Yeah, that's sorted already.
Yeah. If he was South American, it'd be a bit more of a sticking point. But because he's Swedish, he's already part of the European.
It's interesting though what's going to happen to the back man then. The goalkeeper we signed this year's backup because Gomez in theory, assuming we sign Conezes, which is an option. Yeah. You might have Gomez, Conezes, Backman, Dalberg. There's at least 4 potential options there.
Young as well.
Well, two of them are young. Backman is reasonably rated. He's not like just some kid to keep us ticking over. He's actually apparently quite a good goalkeeper. Yeah. In the pre-season, he seemed decent.
The batch was only about 24.
No, he's like 22, 23, isn't he? Back.
Yeah, but he's young.
Still young, yeah.
He's young, isn't he?
That's my point. Yeah, that's my point.
There's 3 then.
Yeah, Dalberg's 18, 19.
Yeah.
Backman's 32, coming out 33. Gomez is 36, 37 now.
I'd just chuck Dalberg in. for these friendlies, see what he's got. You know, young keeper, chuck him in.
Yeah, because in terms of thing,
really
he's a baby.
Yeah. And in theory, you've also got. I know he's not going to be here. We know it's going, but also Pantilimon as well. That's 5 goalkeepers of potential first team quality. Potential. Not saying they are.
In the championship, I don't know how he got so much.
Well, Leeds interested in Pantilimon, I read somewhere. Leeds were one
I don't know.
Interested in him.
I see him going to Forest, given the way it's happened.
Yeah. Well, good luck to him. As long as he don't come about.
That's what I see. Yeah. The thing is, I think Pantilimon's used to the English league. I think that's why he failed in Spain, where he was on loan for the first half of the season.
Yeah.
It's like when Cleverley joined Everton. Just some players don't suit some club and they suit others.
No, that's right. No.
That's what happened with Pantilimon. He's a keeper that needs a run of games to get going. Like Goers needed for us. He needs a run of 5 or so games to get into a rhythm and actually get going. When they've had that, they've had very good football. They settle in.
Yeah.
They're with it.
Mick's saying, if Menendez came in, who from the midfield would you sell?
No one will keep.
Hernandez is a forward, not a midfield. I don't.
He's an attacking midfielder.
I wouldn't sell anyone.
It depends how you play.
I've seen Hernandez being more deployed to the striker that I've seen, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's an attacking midfielder.
Yeah,
Trust me, he's an attacking midfielder.
No, I'll take you on that then. All right, so
but it's attacking midfielder. It's like Richarlison. It's not actually a striker. He's a forward.
But I wouldn't bother signing.
Type now.
I wouldn't bother signing Corello.
No, but yeah, that's probably what I do.
Start of the season, I would have signed him, but now, from what I've seen, he's just got worse.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Carrillo's signed because Silva was here. That's the way I see it.
Carrillo is a Silva signing, but he's a really good player. He just hasn't worked out. Niang is another one who's a really good. Honestly, he is actually a really good player. He just never worked.
Niang, I think Niang's going to go do what happened with Balotelli, where for the first half of his career, he's young, he's going to make stupid decisions. There'll come a point where he's like 25, 26.
He realises half his career's gone.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what happened with Balotelli.
Yeah.
When Balotelli went to Milan for his loan year from Man City, they actually didn't say he was bad attitude, just simply because he was unlucky more than anything else. He was trying hard. He wasn't being a complete moron in training. He was actually doing the right things. He just didn't work out Milan that year, but he was doing the right things.
Yeah.
Now at Nice, because he had that mentality, he's grown up now. You've seen Balotelli, he's the one you saw at Man City. He's getting goals. He's a much more complete striker. And Niang's going to do that same sort of idea, I think, in a few years' time.
I don't know what man said it, but someone said Balotelli for Watford. It's like, no.
His wages a bit too much.
It's just called hassle.
If nothing else.
Pain in the arse.
Yeah. See, what everyone knows, the Balotelli that we saw at the Euros, any club would have him. Yeah. Any big club will have him. Even Inter Milan, the big clubs will have him. Yeah. But we don't see that. We haven't seen that since then.
No,
he was unstoppable in that Euros.
In France, you're starting to see that again, though. That's my point. But I think it's a shame because of what could have been. More than
God, absolutely.
But it depends what his surroundings as well. You get him in surroundings where you can actually tame him. He'll probably be a really good player. But in France, that's why, because he hasn't got those distractions. Obviously.
No, where I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on
that. That's probably why, because he hasn't got the press.
That's why I think success has gone off the track so much. With us, I think that's exactly why.
Look at him and Penaranda and him at Granada. Oh, good they were together.
Yeah, exactly.
See, we'll have success back next season as well.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't success back. Yeah, no.
We'll have Amrabat back as well.
Amrabat wouldn't mind seeing back one more time.
Yeah. The only thing that frustrated me with him was his end product.
Yeah.
It's all right getting around 3 or 4 players. If you can't put a cross in,
he hasn't got that again. He's still got the same issue though. Yes, he has. Again, it's what you saw with us. He's got everything apart from end product, and that's what's happening. He's
the modern day Norden Voter. Honestly, I keep saying it. He's
no, I'm laughing because that's right. I'm laughing because that's actually right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is funny.
Could have taken on, can't cross. Though.
He can take on, we can't cross.
Yeah. Do you remember Hull City? Do you remember Hull City at home last season? He was murdering the would have been the left back or right back at the time. The fullback he was attacking. He was murdering them. Every time he went forward for the first half, just out-muscled, gone. Out-muscled, gone. Gets a bit of skill, gone. Just putting crossing. They had no end product at the end of it to show for it, which was such a shame.
They're probably with him as well.
And then second half, the referee...
Alan's saying never again.
What, Amrabat?
Yeah.
About Amrabat.
because of his end product. He's got no end product. If he showed that end product, that would add to his game.
If he had the end product, he probably would have been with us.
No, if he had the end product, he probably would be with us.
Yeah, he'd be with us.
No, I mean initially, because he would have gone to a
yeah, of course.
That's my point.
But in terms of him being with us, if he had thing, we wouldn't have fished him out on loan.
No,
but then Silver wasn't happy that he went out on loan. But I said, well, to be honest, I think
that was more. I'm saying, I think that was more a club decision than it was a Silver decision.
It was a club decision.
That's my point, yeah.
Because he publicly came out.
It was
and
probably
said he
a
wasn't
case of
happy
the
with
money we were offered was too good to turn down for the player quality.
Yeah. Well, no, because we thought, the club obviously thought, we'll bring in a replacement in Carrillo, and then we can farm out Amrabat. And at the time, it was probably a good move. And even I said it was a good move because
we all did, because we were fed up with the fact he had no end product that season.
Yeah, and look at Bournemouth away. He put it across. It was way too deep. The thing is, I saw him in glimpses the season before, and he did look half decent. I thought, actually, he's getting there. He's not quite there yet, but he's getting there. The start of last season.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And after he came back from the African Nations, he started getting worse. Then he got to after the African Nations, he got that injury. Yeah. Then that was it for him. He was just useless.
Yeah.
But he did say glimpses that he's actually a decent player. But no, I wouldn't really. I think there'd be better players, i.e. Penaranda, who would be in his position.
Yeah.
I think Amrabat will be sold this summer for a nice little profit, albeit.
Yeah.
Right, another thing, a young lad, I don't know if anyone here knows him, named Randell Williams.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's under 23, and he made his debut for Wycombe Wanderers.
He was signed by, he was
They
signed
come from behind to beat Grimsby 2-1.
I say we signed him because he was released by Crystal Palace last season.
He's good prospect as well.
Yeah, he's a good player.
It's reasonable, yeah.
I think with the right nurturing, he'd be a really good player.
Yeah.
Randall's quick. Again, Randall's very quick. But I think he's still got quite a lot of area game and still needs to work on.
Yeah, he's in product.
Oh, so it's an English Amrabat.
But with him, he's not 29.
And he's under 23.
He's an under 23 player, so there's plenty of time to.
He's one of the older type of under 23 because he's like 22, 23. But
yeah,
still young.
If he's 22, he's still under 23 then.
Yeah, I'm saying he's still on the. Normally, he can get under 23s. Like
no, what I mean is he's not 29, 30.
No,
you can't teach an old dog new trick sort of thing. He's still that type of player.
So what would you do?
Yeah.
What did you do? Leave him out on loan?
Di Natale, he was good even before that. He scored goals before that, but
not anything like.
No, not the extent that he used to. He used to score at least 15 goals a season, but he wasn't scoring like 20, 30 goals a season. Now he's scoring 20, 30 goals a season for clubs.
At least was, yeah.
Before that, he was only scoring 10, 15 goals a season. You know, how do you think he got to Juventus? He wasn't consistently doing it. Now he's consistently doing it. But that's a rarity. It's like Luca Toni. He's another one that peaked in his 30s.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's funny how you always get one or two players who always seem to do that, or like the complete reverse trajectory.
But generally, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, once they're at that stage, most of them won't. You get the exceptions that we've just pointed out on the world stage. What you'll find is, again, those players were never gifted with great pace. They worked hard at it. They were gifted with a tactical mind and good positioning. And good technique. Well, we told you about the Messi-Ronaldo situation. Messi was more born with it. Ronaldo had to work to it. Yeah. Ronaldo got world class by working hard at it. And these kids. But you can't dismiss what Messi does work as well. Oh, well, Messi does work, but he had a head start in terms of the. I see your point. I do agree with what you're saying. Definitely, he definitely had more of the world class gear. Yeah. What I'm saying is a lot of people have to work at it. And I'm not saying that Randall Williams is going to be world class, but he's at that age where a lot of they say on average most players haven't peaked yet. There is a lot of situations where they have peaked by 22. Yeah. A lot of them peaked at 17, 18. But in his case, hopefully, he hasn't peaked yet. We can still nurture him. Send him off to teams like Wycombe. Yeah. A good grounding, a good solid league where he can get kicked about a bit and learn the trades. Yeah. Learn the trades. Ainsworth's a good coach. I mean, Wycombe, they're not a shabby side. Okay, they don't get promoted. They also have Luke O'Nien. They have Luke O'Nien, ex-Watford player at Wycombe, and he's been absolutely excellent. They should get promoted this season, but the last few seasons they haven't actually got promoted. But they're a good side, and it's a shame Sinclair never went. Sinclair should have gone to Sheffield United. Yeah, he should have. Yeah. It's a shame he never got there. What I know, there's 2 or 3 different situations that no one knows 100% what actually went on. Whether it was player, agent, or whatever. we never know.
But the end product is that it's botched his year here.
Yeah.
Other thing, Mr. Quick put this up. I wrote it before he put it up, but Quick put it up. Watford are the 5th highest spending team on agent fees. It's only Liverpool, United, City, and Chelsea ahead of us.
I'd probably call it grease in the palm sort of idea. That's the way I'd see it. So you try and get connections with agents, so you get better access to talent pool.
A bit like Wolves. Wolves did that when they got the super agent.
Yeah.
They're not quite the same as Wolves. They just got one guy. This is
but
I know
you get one. You get one in, you get the rest in. It's a bit like grease my palm. They blatantly greased his palm because once they've got one player, but there's almost exactly the same because you get one, you get the agent in, you pretty much got everyone else in. You get one of them in, you grease his palm enough, you get everyone else in. How many players has he signed? And he also got their coach in there.
Yeah.
I agree. Porto, and he went.
I'm saying that's why. I think that's partly why you're seeing. Partly because it's just expensive.
Yeah.
But also, and you saw the amount of players he signed. That's why it's gone up as well. But also, I think partly because it's again trying to build for the future in that sense as well. You're trying to get access to that talent pool before others.
If you get one player that's got an agent of another, i.e. Wolves, or similar to Mourinho, he's got players that his agent owns as well at his club, or players that he wants. He knows that his agent, who owns that player, could go and who's always got front runner to go and sign him.
Yeah,
it's a grease my palm situation.
That's my point.
It's networking.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, that's every
club.
That's every club. That's almost every walk of life. You go into the media side, and when I used to do heavy metal media, you used to go around. If you knew someone who knew someone, you'd go get friends with them and help out them with certain things. You know they'll get you a band to interview with another, that's signed with their label. You get with one band on their label. It's the same sort of thing there. You get an agent that's got one player.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, by the way, he's the agent. He's coming available. Do you want to take a look at him?" You never know. You pull out a gem there.
Wolves would be dangerous in Premiership, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon
they have tailed a little bit in form.
They got some bloody good players.
That was 9 points clear now. It's only
they got some bloody good
players.
You see how expensive their board is now. How much money they've got.
Yeah, cool.
It shows you though how important it is for us not to go down now though, because the competitive of the Championship skyrocketed. We always say this.
They were looking at buying AC Milan star striker for 35 million.
Yeah,
that's my point. I'm saying the way Championship is now. It's a different beast to even 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, because teams are shelling out 20-odd million for players now.
Yeah, that's my point. It's incredible. Yeah. But what you'll find is after that, suddenly you go back to the more, what you'd assume would be more typical for League 1, League 2. That hasn't changed too much.
No.
But the Championship and Premier League money is absolutely incredibly vast.
So much money in it.
The thing is, people say, well, how come Wolves can spend this much money? It's easy. They've got the owners.
They've got the owners, and they've also got the connection that you say with
people will moan at them and saying, well, how come they're not being found out? Because they'll take a year of getting promoted. They'll spend all this money, get promoted. Once they're in the Premier League, they'll be conforming with fair play laws anyway.
I know that.
Once they go on an investigation, you can't touch them.
I know that. Do you remember up with QPR? In theory, if they stayed up, they couldn't have been touched by the Football League because they were outside the jurisdiction anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say they were. But then they comply with the Premier League.
Once they got relegated, they were screwed because then the EFL could have they could.
That's my point. But if they stayed up, they couldn't do much about it because they're outside of the jurisdiction.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, another man we seem to not forget. Zarate, he scored in a 3-3 draw.
He's found form, isn't he?
Can you see him in Gracia's plans for next season? Yes or no?
It's a shame, but no.
No. No, that's going to be one. That's one you'd like to get a nice low fee for, or you sell him.
I don't know. It's a shame he got injured because he didn't.
That's the thing.
Games.
I agree.
Superb.
I agree with you.
He looked on fire. I know he did score, but he looked dangerous.
He's what we needed, and then you got Pereira injured, so you get a really good value for like £5 million, for like £3-5 million, and then he gets injured.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
Me and Paul saw him. We saw him a couple of games, didn't we? Zarate gets in the box, tries to cut in, and hits it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he looks all right, and then bang! I think a West Ham player. Was taking the mick out of you, wasn't
he? Got caught twice.
One of your West Ham mates was taking the mick, weren't you? Because we signed him or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he was saying to you,
he had one game out of every 5 there. But he said, well, why do you think West Ham got rid of him? at one stage.
We're going, he looks quality, he does, and then
I mean, we farmed him out because it was just to get games and to get him playing again because he wasn't getting in the side at the time.
Yeah.
And it was good. It's good reason why we got
Good
rid of
move
him.
all around.
It was because he wasn't going to get in.
And that's a knock-down fee for us as well.
So the Championship is the 5th most popular league in Europe, I believe. That's what Bjorn's thrown a stat there. Stuart wants Gift and Noel Williams back.
yeah, and Tommy Mooney, why not Tommy?
I want Ramage back. There you go. We can't always get what we
What
want.
about Barnes? What about Blissett then?
Or Blissett and Barnes.
Yeah.
Callahan. We'll just get the 80s lot back.
Yeah, pretty much.
And David Holdsworth.
Although they might need the Zimmer friends.
Huh?
They might need the Zimmer friends.
Barnesy don't yet. He's let himself go a bit. But
Sure, a bit. Blimey. Yeah.
I was being kind.
Well,
Yeah, because he's a legend. You know, Barnsley can a bitch.
Window ledge.
Window ledge.
No, but the thing is, like we said, you know, we're affectionate with Luther because Luther still worships the club.
Yeah.
And thing. But the problem is with Barnesy, he's moaning about the way he always seems to moan about the club all the time. About the model and stuff. The thing is, everyone inside the club and around and supports the club knows the model.
Yeah.
And we don't panic because we know they've got it.
Yeah.
They only said, we've got this.
Yeah.
You know, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a model. They've got a clear idea. Even though we sack managers or got rid of managers every season, at least once a season, you know, they've got a clear model. And they said, we know what we're doing here. That's why I never panic under them. But if we get rid of a manager, we know we've got someone lined up.
Yeah, I'm saying you saw that with Silva and Garcia.
Yeah.
It was like, what, not even a day? It was like,
No, they've always, like Paul said,
They had that lined up a few months before, I reckon. It was around Everton way that I reckon they were looking after they got the sniff around there, said, right, we'll get someone, look at someone as backup, 2 or 3 names, just in case he's got
I'm saying they always, that's what they do with every manager. Even with Jukanovic, with Flores, they do that with every single one. They have the current one, and about at least 4 suitable candidates after that.
Yeah.
No, how can't we trust them? What they've done is unbelievable. You know, we'd have never seen ourselves here 6 years ago, would we, or whatever it is before they took over. It's unbelievable.
Right, so you go. Right, I'm going to pitch predictor.
Going back to Sunday, I won't go against it.
I'm going 1-1.
Yeah.
Who do you think will score?
Dini.
You're going Dini, and you went for 2, didn't you, Pitch? There's going to be either Dini double or...
I reckon Chris Wood will score their goal.
Yeah, header, corner.
It may 1-0. I think it'll be 1-0, 1-0, 2-1 to us.
I reckon Prodo will score in score their header.
Prodo and Dini. Yeah. There we are, Prodo and Dini.
I'm going to go for... Hughes. I think Hughes will start their goal.
There's no reason why he can't. I think Hughes has been quality. He
should have been starting before now, although I get why you're thinking he's back into it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a brilliant player. Just like touch wood.
The turning point.
I love that.
The turning point for the last game was him being taken off because it dictated the tempo, and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-0. Alan saying 1-0. Watford Woody hasn't put no this time. He's put Grat. Grat. Yeah.
Gracia?
Just Grat.
Yeah. Just Grat.
Grat and no and Grat.
Oh, is Gracia going to score a goal, is he?
Gracia's going to score the goal. Right, we've got to wrap this up, boys. Right, thank you, Dunk. Thank you very much. Pleasure as always, mate.
Well, I'll do that.
You
can't leave them out of the wood.
The pro punch is all around, mate. That's it. Boys, just remember, like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Just remember, as well, once again, we're association with WD18 the Watford fans channel. And just remember, tell everyone you can, tell Moves his milkman and his dentist and his chiropractor. tell anyone that Moves knows.
Don't forget the 6-pack challenge as well.
The 6-pack challenge. We will give you an update on the 6-pack challenge because officially we'll probably start it. He started it already. I think he started it already. Yeah, but guys, just remember Sunday, same time, same place. We've got Super Darren Grimley on the sofa with us. The 4 horsemen, shall we say? The 4 horsemen.
The first time you can have 4.
The first time we're 4 on the show. 4 at 8. Anyway.
4 at 8.
There we go, boys. So just remember, guys, safe journeys over to things. Safe journey for him towards the bunker on Saturday.
Hopefully he finds it.
He'll find it, yeah.
Found it last time.
Yeah.
We can draw a map for you.
A ghostly voice comes through with an off of a map. It's a spooky nature. Right, boys. Yeah, see you soon. Just remember, I will give you more information. We've got car stickers, bumper stickers coming out very shortly, and I will give you more news on that on Sunday. So it's a good night from him.
It's good night from him.
Good night from him.
See you later.
Guess who laughed when I said that comment?